पादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुणाकृतिं स्मरतेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सद्धन्ति च मनोगतः लक्ष्मीतनोतुनितरामितरानपेक्षमन्वित्वयं निगमशाखिशिखा प्रवालं हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रहं विघ्नात्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्तरम् सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. So we continue with the Saṃskāra session for the 32nd shloka. So here we talked about the three gunas which are influencing our intellect, and it also seems to reflect as if these are the attributes of the Brahman, but they are not. So understanding the three gunas is very important. So we have the three gunas which has been mentioned probably before itself as sattva, rajas, and tamas. So what are they? Technically speaking, these are the three states immediately after we give attributes to the Nirakara Brahman. How do we understand it? We have understood Nirakara Brahman not by giving it any kind of guna. It is not possible to give it any kind of guna. So Nirakara Brahman or Nirguna Brahman has to get some kind of attributes. So how do we know those attributes? We have understood it as creation, sustenance, and destruction, because we are in between, that is, we are sustaining. Obviously, we were created and we are going to end. So based on this common logic that has come, then what is the gunas? These are the attributes. What are the gunas that is associated? Now from that, what can we take? By the existence, whatever we can notice in the existence, we try to understand what are the gunas that is available. So now from looking at the existence, we see sattva. First, we notice this sattva. What is that sattva? Because it is balanced. Sustenance requires balance. If we are volatile, we go to the either of the ends, extreme. So sattva, first we have noticed, where it is purity, harmony, and balance. And it leads to calmness, serenity, positivity, because they have to promote steadiness. So in all, the calmness is associated with this. Then we notice rajas tattva, because there needs to be activity, or there needs to be, sattva doesn't mean there is no activity. It means one is ready to act. There is no hesitance to act. So with rajas comes activity, comes passion, comes movement, and it can be characterized by those exciting moments, or passionate moments like that. Then comes tamas. What does tamas indicate? The other tattva is immediately after a huge phase of rajas, we experience tamas. That is complete slowing down. There we experience inertia. We experience darkness. We experience chaos. That's the reason whenever there is tamas, we associate that with ajnana. When prakasha comes close to it, when there is a balance of prakasha and the tamas, prakasha tattva gives rise to, light gives rise to movement. So as it heats up, as the particles heat up and they start moving due to the energy, then what happens is they show the readiness to act, move. So therefore they reach a stage of sattva. When it increases, when the prakasha increases beyond that state of balance, then it reaches a state where the rajas tattva starts to overpower the tamas tattva. Therefore, it starts to take over. Activity becomes evident. Activity becomes the first reaction. Therefore, over there, it leads to that state. So, of course, there are interplay of these three gunas. That is, because they are transitional in nature, what happens? We can go from sattva, which is the balanced state of tamas and rajas. Sattva to rajas is also possible. Sattva to tamas is also possible. And obviously, rajas and tamas also possible. So these are conflicts between energies, and these are the energy blocks. Why we get these energy blocks is because Why transferring from one particular kind of energy? Why to one other state? The gunas we are talking about. So one state to another state, when we are transferring, there is change, transference of energy. And because we are not doing it properly, like for example, when we say sattva to rajas, the balance between the clarity, how the energy is supposed to move. So how should we direct it? Like, should I direct it to creativity? Sattva to rajas. Should it be directed towards passion? What should it be directed towards? So that energy, what should it be used towards? If I'm talking about rajas to tamas, how am I supposed to reduce that activity to a not non-activity? Because when I'm extremely excited, it is very difficult to hold back. And tamas is a state where I don't want to, I want to act also. So to get down to that state, there is a lot of um, containment of that energy. So this kind of things lead to energy manipulation, leads to those blocks. So here we need to understand the interplay of these trigunas, and this is what leads to those doshas. Tridoshas also are come into play because of this one. So this we need to understand. We need to understand that they have implications for personal growth, like thinking about what guna that I belong to, that is self-awareness, and trying to balance of whatever that I have. If I'm tamasic in nature, then trying to cultivate some rajas so that I reach a state of sattva. So this is balancing. Then trying to understand how this transcendence, that is that limitations of the three gunas, we can transcend beyond it, cross that particular. This is very important for us. So understanding trigunas are also very important. So triguna is a concept of an ancient system, and it is very scientific because when we see the creation of whole existence, universe, there also the first thing that we see is the trigunas. Only when the trigunas have manifested, we see that the interplay of them leads to other things, creation of other things. So we need to understand these trigunas, and see, we need to understand them, and we need to understand which guna is prabhala in our nature, so that it helps us to bring about that spiritual awakening faster. So this conclude the Saṃskāra session. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय इति समर्पयामि